In this video, we're going to be answering some questions that you guys have for us. We did ask a questionnaire. We did ask for questions on our Instagram and community tabs. So if you're not following us on Instagram, our thingy is Keto Twins Official. Yasmin asks, or commands, do more Instagram posts and videos here. We will try. It's hard for us to keep up with all of the different social media platforms. YouTube is our main one that we focus on, but we do want to upload more to all of the various ones. We're going to try our best. Loved by Carolyn asks, is this full-time work for both of you now? The answer to that would be no. I mean, it is. It's full-time work, but Sarah still works at her full-time job. And so now she's got 2 full-time jobs because we do work on this YouTube channel and the other YouTube channel for many hours. Yes. Sax Doodle Love says, is your other sister close with you and can we see her? Sure, you can see her. Here's a picture of her at Sarah's wedding. She does live many states away. She's a very talented singer and a very talented attorney. But here is her. She does kind of look like us, so maybe we can have her on if she wants to be on. We haven't really asked her, so maybe someday. We're not opposed to it. So yes, we are close, but we are not close in proximity. She lives very far away and she comes to visit. We are taking the rest of these questions from a community post on our other channel, Keto Twins. This post is 5 months old because we just never did a Q&A. And this is why this other channel exists, was because our talking head videos didn't really do well on our other channel. So that's why we're glad that we can have this secondary channel where we can do talking head videos, question and answers, highlights, and everything else. So, so April says, hi ladies, thank you for being so open and honest with all of us. I do have concern about loose skin. When a person has lost significant weight, I've lost 35 pounds so far, which is a little less than half of my goal. And with more than that to lose, I'm concerned about loose skin. Emily, do you want to talk about that? We have talked about loose skin before on our channel, and we do have loose skin. Honestly, it's just kind of part of it. After a certain point, your body just has it. And I would say that I have loose skin on my thighs. Loose skin is a common concern when losing weight. I hadn't seen myself be, 170 pounds since I was 11 years old or 12 years old. So I never even knew what I was going to look like after I lost 100 pounds. The problem is that as you get older, your skin becomes less elastic and you lose collagen in it and all this kind of stuff. And honestly, loose skin is just going to be part of the deal. Some people opt to have it removed. They have a tummy tuck. They have a whole lift where they just like cut out your midsection and lift you all up. Mm-hmm. I'm scared of surgery in general. And so I'm just going to wear clothes. Yeah. I mean, on top of it. Even if I have loose skin, I wouldn't trade it for being overweight. I feel so much better being this size than I did when I was overweight. I have more energy. I have more mental clarity. So it does come with loose skin, but it's still worth it. Don't let that stop you from trying to do keto or any other type of weight loss journey. And there are solutions to it. If it does really bother you, and it becomes like an issue, it hurts or it rubs or whatever, insurance sometimes pays for that. And so don't let that stop you from trying to lose weight, is what I'm saying, for your overall health and well-being. Cynthia says, I've been following your advice, keeping things simple, and now I'm starting to lose weight. Chopples are the bomb. Thank you. We love chopples as well. And if you guys haven't tried our choppal recipe, we'll link it below. Minneapolite asks, as twins, you guys get the same cravings or have twin moments to do with food? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of like memories come up with food. It's like the smell of something. Like when we go on vacation to like a place called Door County, which is in Wisconsin, we sometimes pass through this little town that has this ice cream shop called Wilson's that we always used to go to. And there are moments when I'm like, I would love to have that. And, like I said, we've lost 160 pounds. We've been on this lifestyle for many years. And it's not that one ice cream cone that's going to set you back. It's eating like that every day of your life. If you pass by something that you haven't had in 20 years and you're like, I would love to reminisce and have that. If you have the ability to get right back on. Right. But a lot of people don't. That's why you just have to keep on driving and remember it as a memory. Kind of like Rose in Titanic.
He lives now in my memory.
Yeah. That ice cream cone just lives now in my memory. Gate Girl says, do you all ever have days when you go off keto? I've been keto for 5 months and lost 45 pounds. I occasionally, maybe once a month, go to lunch with friends and have Mexican food with margaritas. Just wondering if you do something similar. I feel like we do on special occasion go off, but not really often.
No.
I would say the majority of the time we are keto. I just had so many times in my life that I've gone off and I truly just regret it because I feel so terrible, honestly. There was one time Emily and I decided to go off for our birthday, which is coming up, and we were both really sick after we ate. I ate biscuits, which I'm a biscuit person, love biscuits. I had everything that I ever wanted that day, and I was sick to my stomach after that. And I'm like, it also makes me feel happy that I'm doing keto though. You need those reminders, like I feel so much better eating this way. If you were like kind of moderate about going off, then maybe you wouldn't feel that way. So we have gone off, like in Hawaii, we ate pineapple and things like that. There was some other times where we had a little bit of like the rice that they had there or something like that. But like, we don't make like a tradition of it. And if we do, we really try to get back on the next meal. If you can do that, that's great. I don't think it's reasonable to say that you're going to be in ketosis every day for the rest of your life. And I don't think that anybody ever is. Like sometimes you might order something and it might have a lot of sugar in it. You go to the drive-thru, they give you regular Coke instead of Diet Coke, or they put sugar in your coffee. It's like, if you act in like these really black and white scenarios where you're always concerned that you may be kicked out of ketosis, then it's not, in my opinion, a sustainable diet that you could do it for years. I mean, if I happen to sip on something, it has happened before where I'm like, this is really sweet. Like I didn't ask for any sweetener. If you have that black and white thinking, you might go off the deep end the other way. I've ruined it. I've ruined my whole diet. I've ruined all my progress. You haven't. Just get back on and continue on. And if you're able to do that once in a while, then go ahead. There are some people that even, do carb cycling. There's never like a right way for everybody to do this lifestyle. There are people that do strict, clean keto. There are people that do extremely dirty, lazy keto. There's people like us who do we call technically keto, where we try to eat the best we can. A typical meal for me would be like steak, radishes, vegetables, butter in one meal a day, and then on the weekends we kind of like eat a little bit dirtier to kind of keep things fun and exciting, try new recipes and whatnot. So it's like, don't believe anybody that says that you have to eat this way.
They don't know.
They either that, or maybe they've never been like obese. A lot of the people that give advice on how to eat keto, I don't even know if they've ever struggled with obesity for long periods of time. And if anybody tells you that they have the perfect way to do keto, then they, in my opinion, they aren't speaking to the majority of people who will never be able to stick with this long term. And that's the most important part, is that you could do whatever you're doing forever, or you will just gain it back and more. So it's not about the cheat day. It's about every other day beyond the cheat day that matters. If you're going to have a cheat day once a month, like Gate Girl is doing, and you're able to get back on, then do it, because you're able to get back on. Once you reach your goal weight, it's about maintaining it. You're going to stop losing weight at one point, and even maintaining is hard eventually, honestly. Like we, lost a bunch of weight, and just we eat what we eat and we maintain our weight. But that's better than what we were doing for the last 20 years, when after we would lose 60 pounds,
gain back 80.
2 months later, we'd gain it back and more. We would never keep our weight down. We've been able to keep our weight down for almost 3 years at this point, or 4 years. And I don't feel like burdened by this. I don't feel like it's a sentence. I enjoy my life. And if I get thrown off, that's okay. That happened one meal. Start the next meal with being keto again. And that's the way to go about it, at least for us. And we're always just talking about what works for us also. We aren't doctors, we aren't medical professionals, but these are things that we found really help us succeed this time around when we're doing low carb or keto. Anna asks, at what point in your journey did you determine that OMAD was the right approach for you, and why? For me, I just was really tired of thinking about food all the time.
And cooking.
And cleaning and shopping. And I have a lot of things to do. I have 2 jobs. I have hobbies that are not involving food. And so just simplifying it by only having 1 meal a day just let me think about so many more things. I think a lot of people, when they start doing this diet or any other lifestyle, they think about the food all the time, and that's just becomes so tiring. Mm-hmm. I'm just tired even talking about it. So doing intermittent fasting, I find myself, I know when I'm truly hungry, which is something that I don't think a lot of people know. I feel like I'm hungry, like I could eat right now. I have a lot more energy.
When did you decide?
So I used to commute down to an office, and I would have to either bring food there, or I'd have to buy a salad or something.
For $20?
Yeah, salads in Chicago are like $15 plus. That's without the protein, by the way. And so I just like by necessity stopped eating breakfast and I stopped really eating lunch because I just did not want to spend that much money nor time in the morning figuring out what I was going to do for the day when I would commute down to work. And I just got used to it. And that's kind of like how a lot of people tend to get into the intermittent fasting or OMAD lifestyle.
But it was at least 10 months in, too.
Right. Yeah. I think that you need to actually be in ketosis for a while in order to like feel satiated and understand when you're truly hungry and let your stores actually work for you. If you just started keto yesterday, you're not probably in fat burning mode and you're probably not going to be able to access those stores as easily. I just rarely feel hungry, honestly. I don't. Like, there are times when I have hunger pains and I'm like, okay, it's 5 o'clock. I haven't eaten. And there's just something freeing about that. What about you?
I also felt that if I ate 1 meal a day, I could eat more for that meal. Like, if you have 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, how are you divvying that up? That sounds very, like, way too much math for me. And I don't like counting anything at all. So if I just eat 1 meal a day at 4 p.m., then I just eat until I'm full. And I don't worry about, if I go over my It's really hard to eat over if you do that, by the way. It's really hard to eat over your carbs. It's really hard to eat over your calories, your fat, whatever.
Right.
So that's why, just to simplify things, like Sarah said, less cooking, less cleanup, less money.
Yep.
It's just easier. And yeah, that's why I decided to do it around the same time, actually.
And I did intermittent fasting before I even knew what it was. I just did it because I didn't want to.
We were never breakfast people either. When we were in high school and stuff like that, I would feel sick at the thought of eating like bacon or eggs or anything like that in the morning. I just didn't want to. Of course, then I would wait and I would eat terrible things during lunch, total carb-filled things.
But imagine if we did eat breakfast.
I would not be eating great things for breakfast. I would probably be eating honey buns, donuts, or whatever else, really sugary coffee drinks and whatnot. So we just kind of... That's what I would be eating if I did eat breakfast back then. So it's like, it just became a natural thing. And if you're wondering if you can do OMAD, maybe cut it back to 2 meals a day first. Or, if you're used to eating 3 meals a day, what we always say is like, start pushing your meal 15 minutes and then just eat 2 meals a day. And then maybe you won't maybe you won't ever get to 1 meal a day either. Like, we don't eat 1 meal a day every day. It's like intuitive for us. Like, if I feel like I need to eat, I know the difference now.
Yeah.
It's not just like I could eat. That's how I used to be. I could eat. Now it's like I really feel like I should eat something. Like sometimes if we're filming a long cooking video, because everything that we do takes a long time on the cooking channel, a 30-minute recipe ends up being 3 hours long because we keep on messing up or we, didn't film something. So I will eat sometimes before I start because I go, okay, I'm already pretty hungry right now. I'm going to be ravenous by the end of this. And then we don't even know if it's going to turn out good. So sometimes I'll eat a little bit before we start filming. So like I said, everything that we do is kind of like intuitively. So we are not like, we can only eat 1 meal a day. It just so happens that most of the time we eat 1 really, really big meal in a day. But sometimes we may have 2.
Right? Like, it's 3:25 now.
We haven't eaten
yet today. And that's just, it's fine. I could go a couple more hours without eating. I'm fine. And I like that. I used to be like so hangry, poor husband of mine, hangry when I would be hungry. And I don't have that feeling anymore. And I'm sure that other people in my life are grateful too, because you're not you when you're hungry. You know what I mean? Linda says, hello from Montreal. Do you follow any other keto YouTubers? Thanks for keeping it simple, real, and fun. Well, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. We don't really watch a lot of other keto YouTubers. We do keep up with the trends. We like to look at other channels that are doing different things with within other niches because it gives us inspiration for our videos. We do a lot of recon and research on other social media platforms because we need those ideas in order to make our content. So I don't think we spend a lot of time watching other keto YouTubers, but some of the people that we really love and follow are Keto Focused. She makes some great recipes. All Day I Dream About Food.
Carolyn's awesome. She makes awesome recipes. Like I said though, like we are not like recipe creators. We try to stay on top of what's trending in the YouTube keto recipe sphere. We make keto content, so like we don't watch a lot of it. Like, we like to watch gardening content in our free time and whatnot. But we do try to, you know, if something looks interesting, we're like, ooh, maybe we could try that on our channel, or that recipe sounds really good. Stuff like that. But we do follow a lot of like keto social media things.
Naz, okay. I just want to say you two are amazing. Thank you. I love your sisterhood. Oh, as well as your friendship. You guys are gorgeous and have beautiful hair. Thank you. We have met your husbands. We would like to meet your parents. I'm sure, in fact, your mom must be amazing in the food that she makes. True. Have you tried to ketofy some of her recipes? I would love to do that eventually. I'll have to talk to my mom about it. She's interested in being on the channel. She was in one video that we made a long time ago, and she was really funny. Channel. Yeah, she was really funny in that. So, yeah, maybe this winter or something we can do that. My dad is 83, and he
is not suited for the internet.
No, he's not really. So, but yeah. He's the one that actually introduced us to the Atkins diet 100 million years ago, and was thinking, hey, well, you guys should try this. And he was doing low carb for a while too. So,
and fasting.
And fasting. He's a big fan of fasting as well. So I don't know if my dad will be on the channel, but my mom could possibly be on the channel.
Make some Asian, Malaysian type of dishes keto.
Mm-hmm. Serious Cakes, would you say that you guys are in maintenance or still trying to lose, or not worried about it and just eating what you think is best? Those are my questions. Love you guys. Love you too. I would say that we are always like,
we could lose more.
Yeah, we definitely. And you know, I feel like I'm in maintenance, but I'm happy where I am.
Content.
I'm content. You know, it might be coming with age because we're 30, almost 38 years old. I'm not in like a race to get down to like a size 0 or anything like that. I feel like there's just a lot more in life than focusing on that sort of stuff.
Is that giving up though?
No. I just know that, you know, Emily, when she was trying to get down to her lowest, it was like very difficult to maintain that even afterward, right?
Yeah, I think I was 162 pounds or so. It was really, really hard to stay that low. And not only that, I don't like talking about this much. I don't want to be like discouraging. Yeah. I don't want to be discouraging. It's just that I felt like I started to look worse after a certain point. I felt like I was big for so long, I felt like my face started to feel like saggier, and my thighs looked worse, and I was like, well, I'm going to keep on getting smaller. And it's really hard to do it and really hard to maintain it. And I don't know. Could you lose more? Sure. If they could grow me a new skin suit without surgery, I might consider it. But this is actually size small. This is a size small. On the bottom, we're still a little bit bigger than that. Like, we wear a size small on top. I can even fit in a lot of extra smalls and like J. Crew and whatnot. But like on the bottom, I'm still like a medium. Yep. The answer is we're content. We could lose more. Having a weight loss YouTube channel can be like really toxic. We kind of like went that direction in the beginning because we thought it was an interesting type of journey. But it can become very mentally hard when you don't lose anything for weeks at a time. And at this point, sorry. But after a certain point, like, I think that, you know, I'm 5'11", she's 5'10". When I got to be 170 something pounds, I was already healthy weight by normal conventional standards. And I was still trying to lose and lose and lose. And when we wouldn't lose weight, we were really discouraged because we wanted to show something in the weigh-ins. And at a certain point, I was trying to lose weight for videos and not because I wanted to anymore. And do you know what I mean?
It just makes your life miserable.
I didn't even want to lose any weight anymore because I wanted to. It was so that we had something to show for the YouTube channel. And so when we switched our content over into cooking and stuff like that, it took kind of the pressure off because it switched everything over into that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a convoluted answer, I would say. But
we're okay.
We're okay.
I would say that we're in maintenance with your explanation. And sure, I could go into, I think it's like seasonal. You might feel like you're gaining a little bit, your pants are fitting a little tighter, then you get more strict and you like I'm not going to be eating low carb tortillas. I'm not going to be putting heavy whipping cream in my coffee.
There's no end point.
There's no end point, so that's not how we're thinking about it, I guess. We're just going to take it one day at a time, be aware of things, get on the scale, see if you're gaining. If your pants are fitting weird, it's time to maybe get a little bit more strict or, you know, add in some exercise or something. Jessica asked, I'm curious to know what you studied in college. I studied sociology. Emily studied
nothing.
Well, you were undecided for a while. So Emily went to school for 2 years and then, was it 3? And then she started her own business and was like, I don't need to do that. And and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people figure out that college is not for them, and that's fine. You decided to be an entrepreneur, and you had a business, and that was what you did. You learned a lot from that. And I study sociology. Have I used anything that I learned in sociology? No. Anyway.
Nothing more on Instagram.
Oh.
Dry as a bone out there. Hello.
So Tosca asked, based on your success, have any of your close friends or family recruited you for help?
No.
I mean, I do have, like, when I go to family parties and stuff, people will comment about it and ask for my advice, and I often will, like, answer any questions that anybody has at any time, but not really.
No.
I don't want to feel like that person's always pushing my way of eating or something on other people. If people ask me, I would be happy to talk about it.
Right.
Just like with YouTube. Anyone want to talk about YouTube? Love it. Love talking about it with anybody. But
we're more likely to press people to start a YouTube channel than we are to start keto. It's like not our place to say anything, but no, has anybody recruited us for help on keto? No.
I mean, our content is free, so they can just watch our videos just like you guys. So I know that there are some of my family that watch the videos, so I appreciate them. But not really.
So Sing It asks, Sing It has been here since the beginning, by the way. Sing It asks, how are the hubbies feeling personally about keto these days? The hubbies are keto
when they want
to be and not when they want to be. I would say mostly during the week. During the week, we are pretty keto. Like they will eat what we make. They make keto food. They'll usually, if the weather is nice out in Chicago, they'll be grilling or something like that. Steak, veg. They don't really eat carbs on the weekdays. It's more like on the weekend when they're left to their own devices that they do. Brad went to Italy to stay with an Italian family to learn to speak Italian, and he went crazy for the carbs over there and had a wonderful time. I don't blame him at all, but they're very supportive of whatever we want to do, but like we don't like reprimand them if they want to have beers or gelato or
right, because that's their decision, and it's up to you to say no to things. So if they want that, then that's not going to affect what I do. Thank you for watching, Sing It, and supporting us from the beginning. Tony says, hi girls, this is probably the third time I got rid of all of my fat clothes. Please, I don't ever want to go back. How do I not allow myself to get heavy again? Just understand that this is a lifestyle, not a diet. You're going to have to watch and be aware of what you eat every day, and eventually it will become second nature, and you won't think about it as much anymore. When it becomes a habit, that's something that just happens with time, unfortunately.
Well, also, like we said before, it's like you don't need to like weigh yourself every day or every week or anything like that. But if you realize that your pants are getting tight, that's the time when you say, okay, I got to get strict again, because you don't want to have to go out and buy them again. When I threw out my fat clothes, I realized I don't have a chance to go back. I remember several times I kept them. Them, and I just said, in case, if I gain a bunch of weight where I need to buy new clothes, I have to buy them, because I will not keep them. So it's about being like cognizant of that you're gaining weight. Like a lot of times we just like want to be like a dodo bird in the, what is it called? Is it an emu? What is it?
Have the head in the sand.
Have your head in the sand.
Ostrich.
Is it?
Yeah.
You don't want to have your head in the sand and gain weight, and all of a sudden you blink and you're 50 pounds heavier. Like if you start to feel different, if you can see it in your face, it's time to reassess and say, okay, time to catch it right now before I have to buy new clothes. And it's natural to fluctuate in your weight.
Right.
I mean, just being a woman, you could naturally just fluctuate 10 pounds. Like we were meant to go into winter and store extra weight for that time. We were meant to gain weight. And it's like, you're going to be fluctuating. But it's 10 pounds fluctuation is one thing. 50 pounds fluctuation, that's another thing, right? And so if you can catch yourself before you reach that, you will never have to buy fat clothes again, right? So that's basically what it's about. And we've done it. I've thrown away clothes and had to buy them again, and then kept them and decided I'm probably going to gain this back.
So just be aware of it.
Right. Be aware of it.
Don't put your guard down. It's not like you have to track every single day, but just, go on a scale once or twice a month.
Right.
And be like, oh, okay. Maybe you have water weight, but maybe it's not. And then you have to do something about it. Be aware that it's something that you're going to have to watch, and then you won't go back. We've done it too. We've done exactly what you did, Tony. 3 times, 4 times over the past, 20 years. We've lost 500 pounds each.
I know.
I have no idea. And so you're not alone in that. So we have other questions, and maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point. If you guys have other questions, you can leave us a comment and we'd be happy to answer them for you. If you guys want to see other content by us, you can click on one of the videos on the screen and we'll see you over there.
Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah, and we are the Keto Twins signing out.